Okay, let's start with first one, accessory before or after the fact. Accessory after the fact means, by the way, they are all legal terms. Accessory after the fact means someone who helps someone after they have committed a crime. For example, by hiding them from the police. Accessory before the fact means someone who helps in the preparation of a crime. Next, have no equal means no one else is as good as him or her. For example, as an all-round athlete, he has no equal. Next, flirt with something means to consider doing something but not seriously, or to be interested in something for a short time. For example, I'm flirting with the idea of taking a year off and traveling around the world. Also, it means to intentionally put yourself in a dangerous, risky, or difficult situation. For example, like a lot of young men, he flirts with danger. Next is an idiom. But it's informal. All fingers and thumbs means to be very awkward with your hands. Is an idiom. For example, can you untangle this thread for me? No, I'm all thumbs today. Thumbs down, thumbs up. They are both informal. Used to show disapproval or approval of something. Next, under somebody's name means under somebody's control. For example, he has got the committee firmly under his thumb. Means the committee agreed to whatever he asks. Next, thumb a lift. It's an informal phrase used to stand near the edge of a road and hold out your hand with the thumb raised as a signal for a vehicle to stop and take you somewhere, like this. For example, we thumbed a lift to London. Next, thumb your nose at somebody or something means to show no respect or to raise the tip of your thumb to the end of your nose to show that you do not respect somebody. For example, he has thumbed his nose at authority all his life. Next, thumb through something means to turn the pages of a book, magazine or a document quickly and only read small parts of it. For example, I thumbed through the book quickly on the train. Next, be worth it means to be reasonable or good value for the price. For example, 4 days car hire costs £150, which is well worth it for the freedom it gives you. Next, be worth something means to be important or interesting enough to receive a particular action. For example, I think this matter is worth our attention. Next, be worth having. Doing something means to be important or useful to have or do. For example, there's nothing worth reading this newspaper. Next, worth it means enjoyable enough or producing enough advantages to make the necessary effort, risk, pain, etc. seem acceptable. For example, it was a long climb to the top of the hill, but it was worth it for the view from the top. Next is an idiom. Be worth your its weight in gold means to be very useful or helpful. For example, this recipe book is worth its weight in gold. It tells you everything you need to know about cookery. Next, be worth your while means to be an action or activity that you will get an advantage from. Means, for example, it's worth your while taking out travel insurance before you travel. Next, for all you are worth. It's informal. Means if you do something for all you are worth, you put a lot of effort into it. For example, we pushed the car for all we were worth, but we still couldn't get it started. Next, for what's worth. It's informal. Said when you are giving someone a piece of information and you're not certain if that information is useful or important. For example, for what it's worth. I think he may be right. Next, make something or it worth your while. It's an informal phrase. Means to pay you money or to do something. For example, if you can get me the list of names I want, I will make it worth your while. Next, not worth the paper something is written on. If a document or agreement is not worth the paper it is printed on, it is of very little value. Next, what's it worth to you? It's an informal phrase mainly used as a humorous phrase that when you want to know what someone will give you if you give them the piece of information they have asked you. For example, do you know where Deb's living at the moment? Well, what's to you.